My name is James, the Executioner Vick. I've been a professional fighter for about 10 years, or about 12 years now, actually. And I started off in boxing, and then I went the MMA route. I was on the Ultimate Fighter reality show, and I was in the UFC for about 8 years. I had about 18 fights with the organization, and it was an amazing time of my life. Great time. And I'm no longer with the UFC anymore, and I decided I wanted to try to fight some boxing fights. I started off as a boxer, and I became a two-time Golden Glove champion here in Fort Worth, Texas, and had about 20 amateur fights. And I love boxing, and I actually had a pro boxing fight back in the day, and I had a hand injury, and it caused me to lose the fight. So I'm actually very excited to fight in boxing again, and get me some wins. Super excited for this next step in my life and career, to do some boxing and just have fun in fighting. You kind of, after you do this a while, you lose your passion and the fun goes away, and I'm excited to have fun again. I started fighting in 2007. The goal was to go to MMA, and I found a boxing gym. So I started off boxing first, and there I had about 20 amateur fights, and was a two-time Golden Glove champion and had a great time boxing, and then from there transitioned to MMA and the whole UFC thing. A lot of sacrifice being a fighter, for sure. If you're a serious fighter, better be ready to sacrifice a lot. I mean, my whole 20s, I didn't party, I didn't do anything, didn't do a lot of fun. It was mostly just training. I started very late in life. I didn't start training until I was 20 years old. So I basically had to sacrifice most of my free time in my 20s to catch up to guys that had been training their whole life. And it was just, it was an uphill battle doing that. But it was, looking back on it, it was worth it. It made me who I am today, and I'm very happy with, at the time it really doesn't feel like a sacrifice because you loved it so much. You want to be a high-level fighter. There's a lot of things have to lead up to that. Obviously, training and working very hard, being very disciplined, dieting, eating clean, technique. Make sure you're with the right coaching and people that are correcting technique. And you just have to really, the more important than anything is, keeping your personal life separate and no distractions. You have to really cut out distractions and just, you have to take it very serious. It's going to be a lot of sacrifice, but if you do this stuff right, most of the time it's going to work out more than it ever doesn't, for sure. Fighting is like the highest of highs and the lowest of lows, for sure. It's when you're in the ring, it's the biggest adrenaline high you've ever experienced in your life. It's amazing feeling, and also if you lose it, it can be it makes you feel down, for sure. But it's definitely a very high feeling. It's intense, and after a long time period, you get real acquired to it. It's like an acquired feeling, and then you're not as nervous and you're more relaxed, and experience does that for you. It's still, no matter what though, you still feel alive in there, for sure. Well, for motivation, it's many things. My motivation now is different than it was in my 20s, for sure. My son motivates me. My image motivates me. Coming up, it was all about being, a UFC fighter, a UFC champion, and your motivation, your priorities change and stuff. But obviously motivation is showing my son that be a good example for my son, and just never give up. And if there's something you really want to do, you should do it, no matter what any critics say. So just proving people wrong, and just in general feeling good about myself and just having fun at this point. For my motivation now is to show my son a good example and to have fun. That's the main thing. I want to have fun with this. The average day in my life is a lot of training. I coach a lot, so I coach at 3 different gyms at the moment. So I coach a lot of martial arts, a lot of kickboxing, boxing, grappling, different stuff, and spending time with my son and training myself, obviously, still as well. Just a lot of just martial arts is pretty much my life, and kind of has been for a long time now. Other than fighting, I'm a big hunter and fisherman. I go hunting and fishing a lot. I go hunting with thermal and shoot pigs at nighttime, and go pig and coyote hunting, and just a lot of outdoor stuff is pretty much my passion outside of fighting. My family, they've always been actually very supportive. We're pretty tough. We're a pretty tough group of people. Like, we grew up pretty tough, and my whole family, has been pretty tough. And we'd been in, quite a few fights growing up and stuff. So they kind of, they love it. They've always been nothing but supportive of me, for sure. The thing I like the most about fighting is I get to control my own destiny. I like to be the captain of my own ship. I like if my success, if I win, it's it's because of the hard work I put in. If I lose, maybe it's because of the hard work I didn't put in. So it's I like to be able to do things, and perform, and success being on me and how hard I work. So that's why I like fighting, and just individual sports in general. Just my success is dependent upon me. I'm preparing for my upcoming fights here at Dream Performance with my coach Kendrick Rutherford. I've been training with him off and on for about probably 3 or 4 years now, and we have a great relationship, and training with him several days a week. And then my friend Adrian I train with as well, Adrian Gavon. So just a lot of bag work, mitt work, basic stuff, boxing stuff, and just getting my diet together, and just the basic stuff that I've always did, my whole career, but just with some different people, and I feel like I'm finally with the people that I should have been with a long time ago. I'm gonna put on a show. I'm pretty entertaining. I throw a lot of volume. I throw a lot of punches. I'm gonna move around a lot. I'm gonna do some cool stuff, and I think it's gonna be a good show. So hopefully y'all really enjoy it, because I'm gonna throw a lot of volume and put on a show. Thank you guys for supporting me over the years. Hopefully y'all can come out to the event. It's going to be a good event. It's going to be very exciting, and just a fun time. And I'm excited to have fun, and hopefully y'all can come and join. I want to thank my sponsor, Specimen Fight Gear. I want to thank my coach, Kendrick Rutherford, and Adrian Gavon, and my manager, Oren Hodak from KO Reps. Thank you guys.